This video explains how to fix your HP printer when the automatic document feeder, otherwise known as the ADF, does not pick up paper. Often, the condition of the paper you're using can cause paper feeding problems. Remove the paper from the ADF input tray. Examine the paper for any ripped, dusty, curled, wrinkled, or bent pieces. Remove any damaged paper you find. Make sure that the paper is a supported paper type for the printer. The ADF will not accept photo paper or cardstock. Make sure all the paper is the same size and type and that there are less than 50 sheets of paper in the stack. Tap it on a flat surface to get the edges perfectly aligned. Finally, load the paper print side up and adjust the guides so they're snug against the stack. Press the OK button on the control panel to continue the current task. If these steps resolve the issue, you do not need to continue troubleshooting. If the issue persists, reduce the number of pages loaded in the document feeder tray, and then try the task again. If the issue still persists, continue to the next solution. The ADF pick assembly is the part of the ADF that feeds paper into the printer. If the ADF pick assembly is not in good working condition, it will not pick up paper. Let's check the pick assembly. Start by pressing the power button to turn off the printer. Turn to the back side of the printer and disconnect the power cord. Turn to the front of the printer. Remove the input tray from the ADF by lifting it up and then straight out. Then, open the ADF cover. Lift the wide green lever on the pick assembly and then carefully rotate the pick assembly toward the open ADF cover until it stops. Examine the pick assembly. First, make sure that the stack stopper, located between the top and bottom rollers, fits within the double slots above the bottom roller. The stack stopper should move freely within the double slots when you lift and lower the assembly. If you found broken or missing parts as you followed these steps, your printer likely needs some type of service. Contact HP to find out what the support options are for your printer. Your options for service may vary depending on how long you've owned the printer and what country you live in. Another part to check in the ADF pick assembly is the catch hooks. These hooks hold the roller firmly in place. If the catch hooks are out of place, adjust them so they are in the correct positions. If you found broken or missing parts as you followed these steps, your printer likely needs some type of service. Contact HP to find out what the support options are for your printer. Your options for service may vary depending on how long you've owned the printer and what country you live in. Check the ADF pick assembly for any missing or broken gears. If you found broken or missing parts as you followed these steps, your printer likely needs some type of service. Contact HP to find out what the support options are for your printer. Your options for service may vary depending on how long you've owned the printer and what country you live in. Now that we have checked and resolved ADF pick assembly issues, let's try using the ADF again. Lower the green lever to close the pick assembly. Close the ADF cover. Then, reinstall the ADF input tray. Go to the back of the printer and reconnect the power cable to the back of the printer. Go to the front of the printer. Press the power button to power on the printer. After the printer finishes powering on, open the ADF cover. Check if there is a gap between the foremost roller and the cork strip underneath it. If you do not see a gap between the roller and the cork strip, close the ADF cover. Power off the printer for a few seconds and then power it back on. This should reset the ADF pick assembly. Try to make a copy of a multi-page document. If the steps resolve the issue, you do not need to continue troubleshooting. If the issue persists, continue to the next solution. If your printer is still not feeding paper into the ADF, you need to clean the rollers, cork strip, and separator pad. Begin by gathering the following cleaning materials: clean, lint-free cloths, clean water to dampen the cloths. Distilled or bottled water is preferable, but not required. Do not use alcohol or other chemical cleaners. Remove all paper from the ADF. Press the power button to turn the printer off. Lift the cover of the ADF to access the rollers and separator pad. Lift the wide, green lever on the pick assembly and then carefully rotate the pick assembly toward the open ADF cover until it stops. Lightly dampen a clean, lint-free cloth with distilled water and squeeze any excess liquid from the cloth. Use the damp cloth to wipe any residue off the rollers. After wiping the exposed portion of the rollers, use your finger to turn the rollers toward the printer to access the next portion of the rollers for cleaning. Make sure you remove any buildup or debris from the entire surface of the roller. Then, using the same cloth, wipe any residue off the separator pad and the cork strip. Wait 10 to 15 minutes to allow the clean parts to dry, and then close the ADF cover. Press the power button to turn the printer back on. Attempt your original job again. If your original job still does not complete, continue on to the next step. If you've tried everything described in this video and you still have a problem, your printer likely needs some type of service. Contact HP to find out what the support options are for your printer. Your options for service may vary depending on how long you've owned it and what country you live in.